A neurosurgeon came in and he said, "So has anybody gone over the MRI with you?" And I said, "Oh yeah, it's an infection." And he said, "It's not an infection. He has a mass on his brain." We started attending Abundant Life in 2018, and we were actually planting a church in Independence and had been for about 10 years, and had for about a year felt like we were supposed to move to Abundant Life specifically. July of that year, we did attend Abundant Life, and we knew the very day that we went that it was where we were supposed to be. 2018, June 5th, our son had a seizure. We called 911 and they came to the hospital, but we didn't find out until that night that he had cancer. I sat there and I was by myself. It was late, so I didn't want to call anybody. He got mad at me for not calling, but I just spent that time with the Lord and just talked to him, and I felt like God audibly said to me, "This is how it was always supposed to be." And there was comfort in that. And so I said, "Okay, Lord." There was joy. There was so much joy. And Alex never pushed people out of his experiences. He always drew them in. And he was always like that. He just sought the Lord, and it was always, but God, but God. And he said that all the time. I have this was his scripture, "For he who promised is faithful," Hebrews 10:23, and that's his signature.
I was desperate, I was looking for alternatives. As most dads, I think, will hear this, will say, "I want to fix it. I want to control it." And that's where that was my mode too. I want to fix this. I couldn't control it. I couldn't be the fixer. And I had to give it to somebody. And I found a bigger God. That's where your dad card leaves, and you got to hand it over to somebody. And we had to do it as a family.
There was also so much good in it that I don't know that I would say I would change anything, because you feel and sense the presence of God in suffering that you never sense when things are going well. It's a completely different place when you're in His grace, because His grace is sufficient when you're weak. And all I remember is holding His hand and walking Him to Jesus. And I would do it all again, just to be able to give glory to the Lord and to let people know when you're suffering, press in, don't push away.
I might not have the answers, but I do know who does. That's where you find yourself, on your knees at 2 o'clock in the morning when no one else cares. That's where you find the peace, and you have someone in your corner.
The A life means to me, we're always, as long as we're here in this world, we should be growing. Our next step is we are training to be leaders in Regen.